Welcome, gang, to Psych 205, Personal Social Adjustment. I'm Dr. O. I'll be your host for today's journey, and hopefully you'll like what we're going to be covering. So today I'm going to be talking about what it is that will be expected from you, and pretty much how the semester is going to go. So first, let me start off by reading what the course description is all about. This is an intensive writing and critical inquiry course designed to allow the students to become familiar with principles of mental health application to behavioral health and everyday social interaction. Through gathering, interpreting, and evaluating information, class discussions of alternative points of view, and careful introspection, the student should develop a fair-minded and empathetic understanding of self and current social issues, and awareness of assumptions and unexamined ideas about human behavior. Now let me tell you what we're really going to do. Now all that stuff that I just read was fantastic. It's on the syllabus. It's what we got to do. And one of the things that I enjoy doing with this class, which will cover those things that I just mentioned, is actually going through and creating for yourself a personalized owner's manual. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a little bit. To start off with, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of a background on who I am, if those of you who've not taken any of my Psych 101 classes. I am currently retired. I was with CAC for 25 years and taught Psych 205 a number of years back, and it was one of my favorite classes to teach. The class was basically face-to-face, so this is really the first time that I'm doing it online. So this is going to be an interesting way of doing it, but you know what? Hey, it's a pilot study. Let's see if we can make it work to our benefit. And one of the other things too is born and raised in Casa Grande. Got my bachelor's degree in psychology from U of A. And any of you ASU fans, that's all right. Then I got my master's in social work from UCLA, where I was trained as a psychotherapist, worked with kids who were abused and families too as well. Then I got my PhD from I went to ASU, got my PhD there. And have been and just retired about 2 years ago from Central, again after 25 years in teaching in the psych department. So that's a little bit about myself. What I'd like you to do is look for the discussion board and give a little background about who you are and what you are expecting from the class and what you've heard about the class. So now let's talk about what is going to be expected from you and what I'm going to be grading for you in this class. I want to start off by talking about the journal. So we have online that each of you have your own personal journal where you are required to do 20 entries throughout the semester. And it's going to be graded worth 100 points. And it's basically a place where you can do your ahas. You can put in there things that you never really thought about, or just discussions too with me. If you want to discuss some issues or some stuff that starts popping up as you go through, then that's a place where you and I can talk, and you can also put your own ahas and thoughts, and it'll be private. It'll be between just you and I as student and teacher. So, that'll be worth 100 points, and so you have 20 altogether that you're going to be putting in for the semester. And now for the fun part. This is something that you're probably wondering, why do we need a journal and what would be coming up? Well, the thing that I like to do with this class is something that I've created for my life coaching clients a number of years ago, and that's the Personalized Owner's Manual. And what I like calling it now, though, it's a Personalized Owner's Manual because it's going to be just for you specifically, and I'll have more information later on what goes into it in another video that'll cover that. But what it basically is I'm going to start teaching you, or start with this class, to become an internal explorer. Because if you think about it, a lot of people like to go out and explore, like to go, camping or hiking or doing all these different things and exploring the outside. But I've always been the type of person who always took a look inside. I always took a look at why and thought, why did I do the things that I do? That's one of the reasons why I got into psychology. I was trying to figure out, why did I do the things that I do? Why do I think the way that I think? And I still continue to do that. So this journey, and I want you to see this as a journey, because there's really no end, because the owner's manual is a thing that continues to go on. And I needed something for my life coaching clients to be able to put into place all the different things that made them who they are. For example, one of the questions I'm going to be asking you, and this will be one of the assignments to start off with, is who are you? A lot of people don't really think about that. It's like, who are you? Are you what your parents say you are? Are you what society says you are? Who are you really? And who do you want to create? Who do you want to create yourself to be? And so this journey will take us through these different type of thoughts, but at the same time using some of the theories in psychology that will tie those in to help you understand different ways of looking at who you are. And another question I'm going to ask you too is, what's your purpose in life? Why are you here? What are you up to? And those are, again, questions that people typically don't ask, and they just kind of go through life, doing their little thing, not realizing, and then they get hit by things left and right and don't realize who or what their default position is. And that's what the owner's manual is. It's a default position. So when things start to get crazy, and this life has been crazy since 2020, but even more so when life starts to get crazy, you can go back to this owner's manual, because it'll be a collection of your story. It'll be a collection of all of those things that you realized are important to you. Okay, mind, body, spirit. The journal's in there. There's also part in there that you have ahas, or you have things that you would tell your younger self along with. So all of this will be in a binder, and I'll give you more information a little bit later with specifics on what I want you to do to create that. So that's going to be the personalized owner's manual, the internal explorer's journey. And that's what we're doing. We're becoming internal explorers, and this is going to be a part of your journey through the semester if you choose to take it, because it's harrowing. I mean, a lot of people don't want to do it, and they don't do it because you really have to take a look and be honest with yourself. And the way I look at it is that, hey, if you're the one that's who with yourself, then you might as well get to know you. Not what other people think you are. Not what other people say that you should be, or society, but what you want. So the personalized owner's manual, the internal explorer's journey, yours, is the semester project, and that's going to be worth 100 points. So lastly, I have actually two things. One, the teacher's option, which is going to be discussions that I'll have online for us to talk to each other about, is going to be a part of that. That's my options to give you points. But the last part is the final exam. It's going to be a written final exam. It's going to basically be a number of questions that are going to be asking you, what have you learned about yourself through this semester? Because you really think about it, this is personal and social adjustment. And in order for you to really be able to adjust to how life throws stuff at you, you're going to have to get to know yourself. You're going to have to get to know how you react to things. And you're going to have to know also how you think, how you feel, how you react. And we're going to talk about Energy Vampires, a book that I wrote. And they probably have that as available for you to get. So we're going to do different things like that. We're going to watch a lot of movies. I'm going to have assignments for you to watch movies, A Never Ending Story. I was just talking to my wife about looking at The Matrix. What's real, what's not, what the bleep do we know. Basically, I have these movies there for you to watch as a way of getting you to start opening up your mind a little bit more, and start really thinking about what is real. Not to say that your senses, are they really what's real, but to start stretching your mind a little bit more and start looking back and stepping back from your own life and taking a look at why you do the things that you do, why you react the way that you react. Are you reacting because that's the way your mom used to react, or your dad, or this is the way I've always reacted? Okay, and maybe that didn't give you the right type of response or was not getting you in a place of peace. So those are the type of things that I want to talk about. And it's a little bit different because we're online. Typically, I go with the flow of it and I kind of see where everybody's at and have the different questions that pop up. But if there's any other issues or any other things that you want to talk about in the group too, let me know. I mean, right now there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in society that's affecting our ability to adjust. Masks, for example, you know, what is really COVID? And is it real? Is it not real? I mean, what's the whole thing? The election, you know, all that stuff brings up a lot of garbage many times. Fear. I'm going to talk a lot about fear and how to deal with fear. So ego, spirit, those type of things we're going to be talking about in this class. So if you are up for the journey, if you're up for the task, if you want to have some fun with it, then please continue on, because I think this will help benefit you. One of the things I want you to also realize too, don't worry about as much the grade. If you complete the things that you need to complete that I'm asking you to do, you're going to do fine, because this is a part of that learning and an adjustment type of class. That's why I like teaching this class. I don't want to put any pressure or any worry about you doing with the grade, but just complete the things. If something's going on, let me know. And we will take it from there. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and also make sure that you take a look at the announcement and check in the first week of class to make sure that you are counted in and you're not dropped automatically. So I'll have that set up for you and we'll take it from there. So welcome, and let's have some fun.